Ambitious people and abundance. Today, I want to look at ambition and the multiple layers of ambition, like all of the possibilities that exist when we hear the word ambition. I believe the true fulfillment of anything is through a strong, almost burning desire. And so, ambitious people are important in our world space, and having ambition is important for the goals, dreams, and desires that you wish to achieve. Is there a such thing as overly ambitious? Is there a harmony to be achieved or acquired when it comes to ambition? This subject is important to me because many of the people who come to me for support in their business or life are extremely ambitious. And so we're going to talk about it on today. If this is your very first time experiencing me, I am Tanya Wilson, Master Life and Business Coach. I am a transformational business and mindset coach. I teach from a 3 point perspective: abundance mindset, personal growth, and business building. I believe when a person taps into all three: abundance mindset, personal growth, and business building, something magical happens. There's an added layer to everything that they do. And so if you are experiencing my work here for the first time, or maybe you've been a client of mine, or you desire to be, we are going to experience one of three of those things, if not all of them, in our time together, just as we will do here today. Again, today we're talking about ambition. And one of the reasons I feel led to talk about ambition is because I've met so many people who would be considered ambitious, and they are. However, there tends to not be harmony that exists in their life. And so I want to talk about it on today and maybe give some fresh perspective and a space of awareness for those of you who may be listening who I'm sure are ambitious. I love it. I'm an ambitious woman. But I want to give different context to ambition on today. Let's start with some definitions for ambition. So, to make it plain, ambition is a strong desire for success and achievement. I mean, I think that's absolutely beautiful. I believe that ambition is the thing that determines the quality of life that we get to live. I think it's a part of it anyway. And when we think about a strong desire for success, it could be success in your parenting, success in your relationships, success in your health, success in your business, success with your money, success with communication, whatever. It can touch a varied number of circumstances for which you can be ambitious. And so, a strong desire for success and achievement. I think the space that we have to be careful with ambition is because there can also be bad ambition, right? And that's when you're desiring power and status at the expense of others. It's unhealthy, right? So in that respect, we would consider ambition not such a good thing. And it's unfortunate because it does exist. And maybe you've experienced people who were ambitious in that respect, and it caused you to not want to go after your heart's desires and things of that nature. But hear me on this: that is bad ambition. That's not the healthy space of ambition. Good ambition helps others, or at the least, it doesn't harm anyone, right? Now, unhealthy ambition disrupts your life, right? It throws your work life harmony off. And it often does it for a substantial amount of time. Now, today we're talking about ambitious people and abundance because oftentimes there is a thought that if I am ambitious, I will have abundance. Now, now you guys know if you work hard, you can make some things happen in your life. But what concerns me most is the lack of harmony that is sometimes experienced. I've worked with people who've earned a lot of money. I mean, in the millions, seven figures. But their life was so out of alignment, they were losing things just as quickly as they were gaining things, whether it be relationships or even business deals, because the space that their ambition was coming from, and I'm not even going to say it was bad ambition as if they were desiring power and status for selfish reasons or wanting to harm others. But I believe that there is a thin line between ambition and fear, between ambition and lack mindset, between ambition, being ambitious, and operating from a space of scarcity, thinking like, I got to do this next thing for fear, which is the opposite of prosperity and abundance. Because when we have the mindset of abundance, there is a knowing. The things that we do are not done out of desperation, they're done out of certainty. They're done from our values. They're done from the fact that we understand that we live in an abundant universe. Now, I don't want this to be mistaken for being lazy, doing nothing, being able to hum and just, think things are going to magically come your way. But I have experienced in my own personal journey how doing things from a space of desperation and fear has rarely worked out well in the end. If anything, it caused me to sabotage things that may have been greater because of my fear. And listen, remember I said being ambitious can be in many areas in your love life, relationships, your money, your finances, all the things. And so even in the space of, let's say, love, if you're responding out of desperation, if you're responding out of, if I share how I feel and what my expectations are and what I desire, I'm going to lose them, then the actions that you take will be out of desperation, will be out of fear of loss. This is no different from business. At some point, there has to be a certainty, and that comes from knowing your value in the marketplace. We're talking about business here. Understanding who your perfect people are, making sure that you are showing up in the fullness of who you are, being prepared to serve with a level of excellence that you know is going to call in your perfect people, that you know your energy is aligned to draw in the best. Now, oftentimes I find as a certified life coach, as a transformational business and mindset coach, that many of the moves that people are making in their business may have gotten them to a particular space. Maybe it's that seven figure mark or even that six figure mark. Maybe that type of movement or energy that they came from, which may have been lack or just needing to get out of a situation. Listen, there's a time and a place for everything. But what I do find is that that energy is not sustainable long term. that desperation, that bad or unhealthy ambition. It's just not sustainable long term. Most ambitious people who come to me for support in their business have reached a space where they want more grace and ease. This is the conversation that they're having. They want things to happen with more grace and ease. And the energy prior to that was, if I do more, if I do more, if I do more. And they find that doing more isn't necessarily giving them the level of fulfillment that they desire. What often comes with the type of ambition they were operating from in the beginning, which may have been fear, is that they tend to have their hands in a lot of pots. They tend to spread themselves thin. They tend to have a lot of pots on the stove with the fire up as high as it can go all at the same time. And we know, especially for those of you who enjoy cooking, just from a space of critical thinking, that there's no way that you can manage all of those pots on the stove with the heat up high, without something getting burned. And oftentimes, one of the unfortunate things about a super ambitious person, where that ambition is coming from, is they often wait until the last minute to kind of come to me, which is cool because we figure it out, right? But I would love if people took a proactive look at what they were building and how they were building it even earlier, just to save them the experience or the possibility, because sometimes this is what happens. People have operated in the wrong space of ambition from a place of fear for so long that they have more difficulty finding the energy when it's time to hit a new stage of growth in their business to actually pull that off. They're overwhelmed with the responsibilities they currently have, hands in a lot of pots, to the point where it's difficult for them to see themselves doing something greater. Even hearing the thoughts of greater sounds like more work. But I promise you, if you're coming to me for support in your business and your life, my goal is to help you simplify what you have and to create greater ease and flow in your life as you're receiving more, less your effort. Now, this is often a mindset shift that has to occur. A reason why I focus on abundance mindset, personal growth, and business building, because there are stages where mindset is the critical piece that has to be made in the transition. Being able to see and believe that although you don't have your hand in as many pots, that more is even possible. The saying, the grass is greener wherever you water it, just came to mind, because there's a tendency to think the grass is greener on the other side. But what if you perfected some of the systems in your business? What if you maximize what you currently have going on? What if you took on the mindset of abundance for what you currently have and it just exploded? Instead of you having to be all over the place to make it happen. And one of the first steps to really tapping into abundance for people who are ambitious is believing that they deserve it without overexerting themselves. I'm not saying don't be ambitious. I'm ambitious, guys. I'm believing that you are worthy of more grace, ease, and flow in your life. It will change the decisions that you make. It will change the opportunities that you even take notice of. I was sharing with a friend that I've just made a decision that it has to come with grace and ease. I can't unsee what I've seen and what I've experienced as far as it relates to money. And I understand that value, value is a huge factor. You know, what is the difference in two people with the same skill set in two totally different realms of income earning capacity? Now, as a business owner, a huge part of that is who you sell to. See, most people can't fathom selling to people who easily have 5 and 6 figures to pay them for their services. I almost feel like those people are the untouchables. But when you understand that value is what's going to make the difference, being really clear about who you are and the value you bring in the marketplace will shift your energy. It will shift your ambition and give you a new space of certainty that wasn't there before, that will help you not operate out of fear, but out of love. And out of the simple fact that you deserve what's at the next level, and out of the simple fact that there's an abundance of everything that you need. That's my take on today. Ambitious people and abundance. Peace.